Hey, what is up, guys? Alexei Rivera here from Alexei Rivera. Yeah, I'm just gonna upload this to my personal. Today we have gotten a new accessory called the S-Cam camera side frame adapter quick release camera bracket holder for Insta360 One X2, Insta360 One X2 accessories, Insta360 One X2 case bag for 369 pesos. I don't know. This seems like a kind of a brand that has a lot of rebranding around it. But the one that I got is from SCAM. So we're gonna check it out right now over here. So it comes in this package. I removed all the address and stuff so that I don't uh, DDoS node. What's the term? NARF? No, no, I forgot the term. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Come on. There we go. So I kind of wanted one that doesn't have the GoPro mount, but unfortunately this will have to need the Go. This uses the GoPro mount. But I wanted something cheaper than the other rigs out there. So hopefully this one will do the job. So it'll be like that. It'll fit like that on the Insta360. We have the case itself. The case is thicker than I thought it would be. It looks kind of like, yeah, it's kind of plastic. It's probably like, I don't know, 3D printed maybe? No, it doesn't feel super 3D printed. I thought it'd be rubber, but it is kind of rubberized too. Maybe it's 3D printed with the rubber coating. We have a GoPro finger thingy with a quarter-inch mount, a quarter-inch tripod socket. We have the GoPro screw thingy, and then the end of the GoPro thing seems like, yeah, that is a metal screw at least, but the fingers are plastic. I guess that doesn't really. I know stuff. I know things. There we go. So I guess what we need to do now is put it on the Insta360 One X2, which I have there. Alright guys, so I switched over to my S10 Plus for the recording here. And here is my Insta360 One X2 with the sticky lens guard. Here is the case that we have bought for 369 nice pesos. And it's kind of an interesting way to fit it. So I did it this way by going a little sideways first and then going like this. Because there's no easy way. It's not rubber or anything, so you just do it like that, and then it fits over in such a way. Interestingly, this sort of kind of a nice looking, case over it. It feels like a phone with a case over it. It's got some small little, manufacturing defects here and there, but overall, I like what makes I like the effect of having this little case on top of the X2. I don't know if it'll be seen in the stitch though, so we will find out. So it does have the GoPro finger, but no detents on that GoPro finger. It's just a friction detent or friction mount. So the problem with this is that you don't know the detent for the straight ones. So you have to straighten it yourself. Not unlike other more sophisticated GoPro mounts, they have detent so that it has a sort of a step angle. So it steps angles like, every 10 degrees it steps like that. But this one has no step, so infinite angle adjustment. Unfortunately, you do have to make sure that it is straight so that the selfie stick that's connected to it would disappear. But here's what it would look like. And then you also have this screw, which probably will disappear because it is in the stitch line, unless you, maybe it'll be seen when the angle of the screw is like that, so we need to maybe straighten the square out. And apparently you only hold the wrench this way because it won't go this way. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so at least they do that. Gotta tighten it a little bit more. Hopefully the fingers aren't too tight right there, so it can break. The fingers can break if you tighten it too much. And that is sufficiently tight, but now I don't think it's straight. But I will fix that in a bit, and then we'll see how the stitching goes. Before we get to that, I forgot to talk about the parts of the Insta360 One X2. We have, of course, the sticky lens guard fits perfectly within the case. And then the button is accessible, the screen is accessible, the LED light is accessible. And then we have the charging door is kind of accessible. It's harder to remove. Come on. Please be removable. There you go. Ah, that's a bit harder. That's a bit harder to interact with. And then let's try the battery. Make sure this is sealed. There we go. Let's try the battery. There we go. That's not too hard. SD card maybe. No problem. Battery back on. No problem. And then we have the microphone pinhole there, speaker, and power button is completely accessible. So, decent design. Hopefully it doesn't show up in the stitch though, so we'll find out. Okay guys, so we are using the Insta360 with the case that I bought. Oh, fishies. Fishies. I don't know if it's visible, the stitch or whatnot. I am using the sticky lens guard, so the stitch may be a little bad. And it's raining and it's dark. Fishies seems to like it though. What do you think? Is the case visible or not? Otherwise, I can knock it on the wall. Ooh. And it wouldn't damage the One X2 because there's a case on it. Alright guys, so I'm just going to end the video. The S-Cam case is quite good in my opinion. It doesn't show up on the stitch. Even if I turn off the sticky guard stitching, it doesn't show up on the stitch, so I'm very happy about that. So I get a nice protective case on my X2 without buying one of those metal cages that is seemingly very bulky. And it works with the sticky guard, so that's fine with me. And I do wish it had the stepped GoPro finger, but this one is okay. You just have to make sure that it's straight. Plus, but the last test is, does the old neoprene pouch fit on the Insta360 One X2 with the S-Cam case? So it's a bit tighter, that's what she said, but it still fits quite well, and it looks more robustly stuck on there, so it's not easy to remove now. But yeah, it fits quite well, and it takes a little bit more effort to pull it off like that. It kind of sort of cleans out your lenses too. So that's about it. I like it. I give it 2 thumbs up for the price. It gives you a nice protection for your One X2 while not being in the stitch, but also fits the neoprene pouch thingy. All right. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.